Hello everyone, I am Shubham Arman, currently pursuing Master of Computer Application from Lovely Professional University with specialization in data science. Currently I am placed in not one, not two, but three dream companies, including Accenture, Capgemini and LTI Mindtree. So in this video, I am going to talk about what are the things, what are the strategies that I've applied during my academics to crack all these three companies. The common thing that I faced in these three companies were the round, first the aptitude round, and then the coding round, and then communication round, and HR and technical interview were there on all these three companies. So in this video, I'm going to talk about step by step that how I have covered the entire syllabus, what are the things that I have focused. So my first company was Capgemini. I still remember the day when I got placed for the first time. We were four friends talking on a phone, and we don't know that how we can get notification that a person is placed or not placed. So suddenly a friend say that you have to check your superset ID, and if it is mentioned that you are placed, then you are placed, and if it is enrolled and you are in waiting list, or maybe you are not placed. So I just go through the superset and check, and suddenly I got that I have been placed, and it was like this. I'm going to show you my screenshot. So when I open up my superset ID and placement portal, I checked that it was written placed, and I was so much happy that because it was my first company and it was a dream company. So I was so much excited. So let's start the video. My first company was Capgemini, and for Capgemini, it was different from other companies as compared to their rounds. So the first round was gamified round. In multiple companies, there are aptitude round, but in case of Capgemini, they were having gamified round in which you have to play the games and solve as much as you can. Means you have to cross the levels. As much level you can cross, your possibility to be go into the next round were more closer. So these three games were common in my round. So for different candidates, they were having different games. For in my case, the first game was deductive challenge. You have to guess what will be in the case of question mark. And in the second game was like inductive challenge, in which you have to find the same pattern. And in the third game was like motion challenge. You have to put the ball inside a hole. So I'm going to play all these games in front of all of you, and you have to understand that how to play it. Like in motion challenge, it is like this. Here we have a ball, and we have to put this orange ball inside this black hole. So we have to move these tiles here like this. Like minimum steps are needed to, like you can see that I have crossed this first one, and in the second like this. If I have to do this, sorry, put this here. So the first game was like this. I'm going to skip this. The second game was like finding the same pattern. So in this game, like we have to find the same pattern. Like these two patterns should be same in this. So like six pink balls are there. Like I'm going to search this one and this one. So level 3 is being crossed. Similarly, as much level as you can go, it is beneficial for you. So these two games I have played. The third one was like this one, in which you have to find what would be in this missing place. Like you have to select one of them. Like if question mark, oh it's wrong, so you will be -1. So in place of this, what it would be, like it can be blue, or it can be red, or it can be green. So I'm going to, yes, again it's wrong. So in this way we have to solve the puzzles. So after the gamified round, the screen was reloading for 4 or 5 minutes, or we can say that it was checking that you have crossed the enough number of levels or not. So after you cross the cutoff, means enough number of level if you have crossed, then after you will be able to sitting in the next round. The next round was passage writing, means essay writing. It was you will be getting 20 minutes. In those 20 minutes, you have to brainstorm the entire passage and type by using the keyboard. one thing that I've heard, it was a rumor at that time, that if you press multiple times backspace more than 15 or 20 times, then you will be eliminated. It was right or wrong, I don't know, but it was a rumor on that time. So if we can pass the passage round, then we'll be able to sitting in the for the coding round. And in the coding round, it was two questions. All the students were getting two questions. In those two questions, I think 45 minutes or 40 minutes were given, and the question was related to the array and string, means string manipulation and array manipulation were there. Or the question was related to that, how many characters are there, or the question was related to like you have to find the maximum number of elements by using prime factorization or prime number. The question was related to the array and string, so you don't have to worry about it. But for the practice, I will show you where I have done the practice. Like here in my repository, you can see that I have created a repository here. During my placement, I have practiced for entire month, especially for the placement. All the questions which are mainly asked in Accenture, Capgemini, TCS, all those questions I have practiced, like binary search, counting of characters, vector by using prime number, 2D array, 3D array. These types of questions I have practiced, like finding the maximum, multiple ways of finding a maximum, all the operation on array. It should be in your mind when you are sitting for the coding round, like removing the duplicate values. These are the repeated questions which are mainly asked multiple times when we are facing the coding round, like string into integer. There are questions related to this, sum of diagonals. So I have practiced all this question already before participating in the coding round. And for an example, here we can see that I have done this by using the C++, but most of the question I have done here by using Python also. But one thing that I've noticed on the coding line around, that in Capgemini, the Python was not allowed. On those days, I was learning Python, but the problem was they were not allowing us to code in Python. There was no any option or drop down. In the drop down box, there was no Python. You can code in JavaScript, you can code in C, C++, or there was multiple languages there, but Python was not there. So on that time, it was a little difficult, but I coded both the question in C++. So if we clear the coding round, you will get an email that you have qualified the coding round, and you will be facing the communication round. In the communication round, they are mainly checking that you are fumbling or not, your tongue, how much fluency is there in your speaking, can you communicate with a person or not. These types of things were being asked. The person was not sitting in the communication round. The AI was there. They were speaking, and we have to repeat things. There was some filling of words, like the AI was speaking an entire sentence, and there will be a pause there, and you have to speak what the word should be there. And in the end, there was a topic was given, and 30 seconds was given for the brainstorm, and you have to speak about that thing for 1 minute or 30 seconds. So after that, we have to wait for 10 or 15 days, and if you will be selected in your ID, it will be mentioned that you have been placed. Like as I already said, we 4 friends were talking on that time, and suddenly we got to know that whoever being selected, in their portal it is mentioned that you have placed. And suddenly I check my superset ID, and it was mentioned that I have placed. So after that, I face the interview and all those round of Accenture, but it was different from Capgemini. Like in Accenture, the first round was of aptitude round. The question was related to the computer science, aptitude and reasoning, and day-to-day life. Some question was also there. Like in aptitude, they were asking about percentage, profit loss, time and distance, reasonings, graph related questions. In computer science, they were asking about computers, RAM, ROM, hard disk, and cloud computing, networking. Question was related to all these 3 or 4 topics mainly. And the level of question was not so much difficult. They were asking from easy to the medium, like why we use router, what is NAT, and in cloud computing, they were asking about what are the benefits of using the cloud computing. There were multiple options where that you have to select one of the best option that is suitable for the answer question. And in core computing, they were asking about function. There are 4 definitions or function were given. You have to select the and the most appropriate. So after, if you have completed the first round and if you score enough number to participate in the second round, there was coding round was there. In the coding round, again you will get two questions. Again, those two questions were mainly related to the array and string manipulation, and finding the maximum minimum number or prime number from the array. Question was related to this. So in those 40 minutes you have to code those two questions, and if you code and pass the entire test course of at least one question, in Accenture you will get a call for communication round. But I solved both the questions. After half an hour we got a mail that congratulations, you have been selected for the next round, for the communication round, which was 4 or 5 days after the coding round. In that communication round, I think it was I was assuming it to be as compared to the Capgemini similar, but it was very much difficult as compared to the Capgemini. You know why? Because the accent of communication round in Capgemini was uh, US English, but in case of Accenture, it was using the British accent. So it was very difficult for those who are not very much good in communications, or who used to speak too slowly, or who used to fumble while speaking. So it was difficult for them. So after the communication round, we used to get a mail that congratulations, you have been selected for the next round. And the next round was HR and technical. I think in Accenture again the both round was taken by the same person, and again they were asking about the core concept like OPP concepts, functions, templates, structure, linked list, and array. The question was related to this. And in HR round, they were asking about again family. Are you ready for reallocations? Why do you want to join this company? I think I have mentioned all those questions in a PPT, and I will be discussing it later in this video. So after that, I got an opportunity to sit in a placement drive of LTI Mindtree. It was easy. First 3 steps were easy. You can give an examination from anywhere, from your home, from your like college or library or anywhere. But in case of Capgemini and Accenture, all the students were allocated a seat, and you have to be there, and some invigilator were there in a room or in a classroom, and you don't have to use your own laptop. You have to give the entire test in the college PC. So in case of LTI Mindtree and Accenture was more difficult as compared to LTI Mindtree. Most of the students used to give their examination from their room. So after 1 month, we got a notification that you have been selected in LTI Mindtree and ready for the communication round. And in the communication round, it was very much easy as compared to the Accenture. But I want to talk about the technical round of LTI Mindtree. Like its package was not that much. I just participated in because it was an MNC company. But after the communication round, in the technical round, it was Diwali on that time, and I was not that much ready. I was sitting and facing the interview. I was thinking that whatever the question it will be asked, whatever I know, I will be speaking. But the first question was related to the data structure and algorithm. And I remember I was thinking about the package, and the question should be on that level. Like for an example, if the package is 6 lakh, so the question should be related to those level like 6 lakh. But the question was like, if you are going to drop, if you have a egg and you have to drop it from a building, and you have to find the minimum number of steps from which floor the egg is not going to be broke. The first question was related to this. And the second question was like, if you have 5 liter and 3 liter jar, and you have to bring 4 liter of water, how will you do that? So I was not ready for that, but I know how to solve this type of question, but I was not expecting these types of question in LTI Mindtree. But somehow I was able to answer these types of question. And after 7 or 8 days, we got a notification from our TPC office that we have been also selected in LTI Mindtree. On that time, in my hand, there was 3 jobs like Accenture, Capgemini, and LTI Mindtree. And from my point of view, the level of all these companies was not that much difficult. If you are concentrated, if you are motivated, and if you are doing whatever you are doing, you are loving those things. Like if you are doing coding or reading books related to programming and enjoying, then definitely you are going to crack these types of interview. They are not that much difficult for those who are in the IT field. But if you are not that much interested or concentrated for whatever you are reading, then definitely it is going to be difficult, because there is lots of competition is there. Like for a single designation, 5 to 10,000 people were participating in Accenture or Capgemini. Only I think 40 to 50 students, or in some cases 20 students were selected. Now further in this video we are going to talk about interview, like how I have faced the interview, what are the strategies that I have applied in the interview. In this entire PPT, everything is covered. It's each and everything is covered. Like if you are going to face the MNC company or startup company, all those things will be very much helpful for you. So let's proceed it. First of all, what is an interview? Interview, it is a meeting when a question is asked and answered. A meeting with an objective. Yes, the objective of the person who is giving the interview should be clear, that I want that job offer letter, and the person who is taking the interview, they want the best person for that designation. So fact of interview, they provide the most direct information about the candidate's background, personality and skill. The question which are being asked in the interview, they are mainly related to your background. They check by your answer, they used to check your personality, your skills, your background. The purpose of the interview is to receive the job offer. Yes, whenever you are sitting in an interview, it should be in your mind that if I am facing this interview, I have to receive the job offer letter. So the key to a successful interview, it is a very much important thing. Like convey a positive attitude. You have to be very much enthusiastic. Like you have to show that that I am very much passionate for this job. I want this job because I'm able to do. I have some skills. I'm up to date with new technologies. So by using this concept, means you have, when we are showing the enthusiasm, or when you show that I am very much enthusiastic, this shows that you are very much interested for this job and you have done your work, means hard work for this job. Beware of non-verbal communications. Yes, when I'm talking to you and I'm speaking like this, I'm not maintaining eye contact. This shows a very much bad impact. Like you have to maintain your eye contact in the time of interview, and they show that you have so much confidence inside of in yourself. Pay attention to a physical appearance. Like when you are going for an interview, you have to be well suited, means you have to be in proper attire. You have to maintain your hygiene. Beard should be trimmed. Don't talk yourself out of the job. Be knowledgeable of the companies. Like yes, when we are sitting for an interview, you should know who is the CEO, where is the headquarters, is the company merged with another company or not, where are the offices of this company in India, what are the net worth of that company. This should be in your mind at the time of interview. Do not keep the interviewer waiting. Like when the interviewer, when you have your interview at 10:30 or 11:30, you have to be on that arena 15 minutes or half an hour earlier. Standard interview questions. What are the standard questions which are being asked in the time of interview? Like, would you tell me about yourself? This is the basic question, that is first question being asked at the time of interview. It can be asked like, tell me about yourself. So you should know about yourself, means you are going to read about everything about your resume in a very appropriate manner. Like giving introduction is not a big deal or a big different thing, but given an introduction in a very efficient manner, that is the most effective thing. So you have to be accurate, you have to be very much enthusiastic, you have to be confident when you are talking about yourself. Like for an example that I have learned in my academics, at the time of academics, like when you have to give out and talk about yourself, you say that my name is this, like my name is Shubham Arman, I am from Patna, Bihar. Currently I am pursuing Master of Computer Application from Lovely Professional University with specialization in data science. I have hands-on experience on programming languages like Python, C, C++, HTML, Java, and whatever programming language you know. This type of flow will help you to show some confidence. After that, you can say that I have done certification in this, I have done like more courses, or I have achieved these things. And then after, you can say that I have done internship in this company with this designation or these things. So by doing all these things, with a very much confident manner, you can show that you are very much enthusiastic for this job. What is your greatest strength? So when these types of questions are being asked, you don't have to say in a single word like my strength is I'm a team leader, or I am a very much emotional or anything. You have to explain that thing in a very appropriate manner. Like you can use the star technique that I have used in this PPT further. In the further slide, we have talked about these types of questions. Like whenever these types of questions are being asked, you don't have to answer in a single word. You have to take a situation, you have to give an example, you have to justify your answer, and in the end you have to show some conclusion that I have justified my answer and this is the conclusion. What is your greatest weakness? Again, same concept. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yes, this is the most important question that I have faced more than 10 times, like 3 or 4 times in company's interview, and 5 or 7 times when I'm sitting in a placement drive in our college. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So they just want to know that what is in your mind, where you are looking yourself in 5 years. So for answering these types of questions, you don't have to say that I want to be the CEO of the company, or I want to be that position or that position, or you don't have to show that I want to work for money. You have to say that, like, from my side, I would say that as I'm in the beginning of my career, in 5 years, I'm looking for myself in the company as a valuable asset for learning new technologies, upgrading myself with new technologies, and leading a team. And if I'm getting opportunity, I would be training the newcomers in the companies with my 5 year of experience as a valuable asset of the company. So giving these types of answers will really give a good impact of yourself. So next question is, what about the position do you find most appealing? So if there is 2 or 3 positions are there, you can justify your answer by saying, giving your answer. Why do you want to work for our company? Like this is also one of the most important question. Like, why do you want to work for our company? So you have to justify your answer again. You have to give a positive way. You have to give your answer in a positive way. For answering this question, I would say that, sir, I'm in the beginning of my career and I'm looking for an environment where I can learn and where I can interact with multiple peoples with their multiple mindset. I'm looking for an environment where people can get multiple opportunity to learn things, upgrade themselves, and in a very friendly manner. And I have read about your company. This company is providing a very healthy and very appropriate environment for a person like me to upgrade myself with new technologies, and there are multiple opportunities are there. That's why I want to work for your company. So giving these types of answer also give a good impact of yourself. Why should we hire you? Again, you have to show your strength here and explain it. The key to a successful interview: be prepared, have extra resume on hand. Like at the time of interview, you should have 2 or 3 copies of your resume. Have a reference at the time of interview. If you have reference, you should have attached that reference to your resume. Conduct background research for an organization, means that you should know about the CEOs, headquarters, net worth about that company. Remain calm and face with a period of silence. Like there are some awkward moments at the time of interview. When you are giving interview, like you don't have to be like hurry, you have to be calm. Like if the interview is taking time, you should also have to take time. Silence is not always a bad, but don't wait too long. Like when interviewer is asking a question, you cannot give answer suddenly. Take 2 or 3 seconds of pause, think about the question, and just think about the answer also, and then after you used to give answer. This gives a proper and positive impact of yourself. Like you are listening to the interviewer, and you are thinking about the answer, then after you are giving answer. So know your resume, reread it before going to the interview. Yes, when you are going to face the interview, you have to reach to the venue before the interview half an hour, and you have to read it, and you should know that what you have mentioned in your interview, sorry, in your resume. Preparation is the key to success. Know yourself, be able to show your resilience, flexibility, and adaptability, skills, values, interest, abilities, long term plans. So, your answer should be related to these keywords. These are not only keywords that you have to speak about it, but your answer should be revolving around these keywords. Be able to give example of them, like when they are asking what, where do you see yourself what are your passions, what you used to do in your free times. Your answer should be related to these keywords. Now, be able to give example of them. Think on your feet outside the box. Use common sense. Yes. Interview process. Other general questions regarding to the company or the job. What is your geographical preference? Are you willing to relocate? These two questions were being asked to me in company like LTI Mindtree and Accenture. These questions were common in both the companies in HR round. They were asking that, are you willing to relocate? In my condition, I was ready to relocate. I say that, yes, sir. This is my first company and I'm ready to relocate. Relocation is not a problem for me. Relocation is an opportunity for me. I'm going to meet different people with their different culture and different mindset. So it is an opportunity to learn and update myself. So I'm ready for reallocation. My question and my answer was like this. So star technique. Whenever a situational based question is asked, or whenever they ask that what is your strength, you can use this star technique like situation, task, action, and result. Like for an example, if a question is being asked that what is your strength, you cannot just say that I'm a team leader, like just giving an answer as I'm a team leader and stop. This is not an appropriate answer. In that case, you can use the star technique. Like you can say that, sir, I consider myself as a team leader. For an example or for the elaboration, I'd say that 1 month earlier I was doing a project. I was leading a team. So as a team leader, I divided the entire project into multiple segments, and knowing the abilities and skill of my teammates, I divide the task according to their skills, and we follow the to-do list and what task should be done first and what task should be done further. After all these process and following the to-do list, we were able to complete the task before the deadline, and everyone was happy with their task. By giving this types of situational based answer, you can justify your answer. Tips for successful interviewing. Interviewing is two-way process. Like when a person is going to ask you a question, you have to be interactive. Means you cannot say just yes sir, no sir, or one word answer. Giving a one word answer is not an appropriate thing, or it gives a very bad impact. Listen carefully and react. Yes, like if you are not going to listen carefully, you are not going to give an appropriate answer. Use specific example to make your case. The interview begin the minute you step into the company's lot. Be positive. Yes, means you have to, all these things related to, you have to show some confidence in yourself. Means that you are in this interview process, means you have done a lot of thing, hard work to be sitting here. And if you're not showing some enthusiasm or you're not enthusiastic for this process, means you are not happy with that designation, you are not able to handle the pressure or whatever the requirement for that designation. What's the body language? First impressions very powerful, so we will discuss it later. But typical questions about you. Tell me about yourself. Bring me up to date with your CV. Why do you choose the particular degree program? These types of questions are mainly asked in interview. Tell me about yourself. I think we have discussed it earlier in this video. But why do you choose that particular degree program? Like if I am pursuing Master of Computer Application and at the time of interview the question is being asked, so why did you choose the particular degree program? You cannot just say that after BCA there was only one option of doing MCA in technical, so I am doing a technical degree. That type of answer is not appropriate. You can say that, sir, after my bachelor's I was very much passionate for the field of computer science. After my bachelor's I want to update myself with new technologies and new things which are related to the technical technologies. So there is an option of MCA and I'm very much enthusiastic for the multiple things that was in MCA. That's why I'm pursuing MCA. Then the question, what do you know about the organization? Same thing. You can just say that when the company started, who is the CEO, where is the headquarters, what is the net worth, and more important thing you can find on internet. You have to be in your, those things should be have to be in your mind. How do you see yourself career developing 5 years? We have discussed this question earlier in this video. Like you have to say that in these 5 years I want to update myself, I want to be more knowledgeable, I want to be valuable asset of this company, I want to lead a team, I want to do what I want to lead a team, as well as I want to train the newcomers with my 5 years of experience. You cannot just say that I want to be the CEO of the company. You don't have to say that. If you are saying, means you are a fool. Your answers. Listen carefully, seek clarifications, illustrate answer with a real example and evidence, be positive, constructive criticisms, keep answer specific and brief. Means when you are listening carefully, then you will be able to answer appropriate. But if you are not listening carefully, you will be speaking a lot. When you are not confident about your answer, means you have not heard the question correctly, and you will be trying to fool the interviewer. Like you will be speaking anything related to anything. Like if you remember a single word from the question, you will be talking about the same thing. That is not good. You have to be very specific. Means if you know the answer, you have to be very brief, means in short and in very specific. If you know the answer, talk about the answer. Don't go beyond that. Take time to respond. Same thing that we have discussed earlier, that when the question is being asked, you have to wait for 2 or 3 seconds. Means you have brainstorming the answer. This shows a positive impact. It is not showing that you don't know the answer. It's showing that you are you are doing a brainstorm, or you have listened the question and you are creating the answer. Be alert to interviewers' body language. Speak clearly, smile, and show enthusiasm. Same thing. We have all those things related to the confidence. You have to show that I am confident. I am ready for this job role. Know what you want to say and find the opportunity. So in your answer, it should be related to that whatever you are speaking, you know already, and whatever you are speaking, you know already, and you are very much looking for an opportunity. Qualities employer seeks: good all-rounder intelligence. Like at the time of interview, they don't look for a person who is very much intelligent only. Like you are intelligent in like programming, and you are not good in communication, or you are not friendly, or you are not ready for reallocation, or you are not ready for work with a multiple mindset people, then it will show very bad impact, and they will not, definitely they are not going to hire you. But if you show some all-rounder intelligence, then definitely you will be hired. Enthusiasm, commitment, and motivations. So your answer should be related to these three words also. Good communication skills. Like how do you convey that you do have a good communication skill? So when you are giving your interview, you have to maintain a smile, not a very big smile, but a decent smile. You have to maintain eye contact. You have to show some confidence, and you have to listen carefully. You have to answer after 2 or 3 seconds, so that you are using brainstorm, and your answer should be brief and related to the topic. Means all these things will show that you are good in communication skill. Teamwork ability. Whenever they are going to ask you about what are your strengths, and so your answer should be related to the teamwork, or things which are related to your team, or whatever your answer you are going to give. It should show that you are eager to work in a team, and you don't have any problem in working with multiple peoples. Capacity to work hard. Yes, in some cases they used to ask questions like, you are a smart worker or you are a hard worker. In that case, if you can justify your answer, you can justify, but you should always believe in hard work. Initiatives, balanced personality. Yes, initiative gives a good feedback. Like whenever we are going to sit in GD group discussions, you should have to take the initiative. Like those who used to take the initiative in group discussions get positive points, or get more points as compared to the others, because those who used to take the initiatives are considered to be a good communicator, or very much eager to work in a team. Skill required by company: adaptability, integrity, innovation, teamwork, initiative. Yes, if a person is able to adapt the situation, whatever the situation, he is going to adapt it and change itself according to the situation. It is a good for that person as well as the company. So the company always used to look for a person who is always ready to adapt the changes. Integrity, innovations, these things we have discussed earlier. Means you have to be honest, you have to be integrity, you have to show some integrity. Innovations, teamwork, initiative. Yes, drive for results, know the business, open exchange for information, make difficult decisions. Yes, in each and every case, you cannot go with whatever the written things. If you have guts to take the difficult decisions, if you have guts to handle the pressure, and if you are showing all those things at the time of interview, then definitely you will be hired. Preparations: dress very smartly. Body language: carefully research the job, industry and employer. Preparation: answer likely questions. Like your answer should be related to these things. Like if the company is going to ask you, tell me about what you know about this company, then you should be very much specific. Dress very smartly. Show your interest in the job and commitment. Like if the interview is at 10 a.m. and you are going at 9:30 with jeans and half t-shirt, this shows that you are not that much interested and you are not commitment for the job. So definitely you are not going to hire. You have to be in a proper attire for the interview. That shows that how much you have shown some commitment, how much you are confident about that job. Body language: smile, make eye contact and shake hands. uh, Shaking hand is not compulsory in each and every interview, but smile and eye contact is very much important. Competence questions: describe a situation where you work in a team. Give an example of your leadership skill. Yes, whenever you got an opportunity to talk about a situational question, you have to use different techniques are there, but you can use star technique. Like you have to describe the situations, how you have taken the decision, how you have divided the entire things, what is the conclusion, how you have lead the entire team. Now, question about your CV application form. Make sure you read these again carefully beforehand. Like at the time of interview, you are going to face the interview. You should know what you have written in your CV or in your resume. I have seen most of the students used to copy paste their CV or resume. They don't know what are the projects they have mentioned in your CV, and they have copy paste of their friends. Don't do these types of things when you are facing good companies or any type of companies. These types of things shows some very bad impact of your as well as your organization from where you belong. So you have to know that what you have mentioned. Hypothetical questions: how would you deal with irritate customers? These type of situational based questions, you have to show some patience in these types of questions. You have to be positive. Don't show any negative answer in these types of questions. Sell your USP, unique selling point, the skill and the attributes that makes you stand out from other candidates. Yes, when they ask for your unique selling point, you have to mention those skills in which you are best. Not good means there are 1,000 or 100 people are going to face the interview, and they are going to say that I'm good in C++, I'm good in C++, I'm good in C++. But if you're not stand out from others, then the chances of getting selected is very less. So you have to show those skills and attributes in which you are the best. Have a question to ask: what training would I receive? What is the typical career path in this job? Like in the interview, what training would I receive? What is the typical career path in this job? What training would I receive? Yes, in the end of interview, mainly a question is being asked that, do you have any question? And if you are going to say that I don't have any question, you should have a question in your mind like, what are the training I would be received? What is the typical career path in this job? Or you can ask about the companies. What are the different job roles? Or also after 4 or 5 years of experience, you can ask a question related to these things. What create a bad impression? Yes, we have talked about the good impression. All those slides were related to how to give a good and best of yourself. But what create a bad impression? Poor personal appearance. If your appearance doesn't seems to be appropriate, these shows that you are not ready for that job. Negative attitude, using excuses. When you are giving an answer, you don't have to show some excuses like, I was not able to do this, I was not very much aware about this. Don't give answer related to these. Lack of interest and enthusiasm. You have to show some enthusiasm. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to be motivated, dedicated about whatever you are talking about. Lacks of interest shows that you are not much interested in that thing. Lack of preparations. You have to be prepared yourself for that interview as well as whatever you have mentioned in your CV. Poor knowledge of role. So if you are sitting in an interview, you should be in your mind that for which role you are going to sit. or if you are going to get the offer letter. So what is the role? It should be known before the starting of interview. Like if I don't know which role I'm going to opt or which role is being offered after the interview, so this shows that you are not that much interested. Failure to give concrete example of skill, like if they ask you about what is your technical or what is your like what is your skills. So if you are given a just that I am good in programming or I'm a team leader, and you are not giving a appropriate answer, like with a situation or with an example that where you have used that skill, so this will not consider as a good answer. Over emphasis or money or reward, like in some cases they used to ask that you are honest or not, or what is your main motto for this job. You want to learn something, you want to upgrade yourself, or you are just going to do the job for money. You should not, or you should never show that you are going to work for money only. You have to show that I want to work because I am very much interested for this job. I want to work, I want to learn something. I'm not going to do money is second compulsory thing, but my main motto is not money. Lack of career plans. When they ask for what are your career plans, you have to show that I have well prepared for my career, and I have mentioned everything in my mind that what I have to achieve in next 5 or 10 years. Tips regarding attire of men. If possible, wear a suit to the interview. Belt and shoes should be of same color. Yes, belt color and the shoes color should be of same color. Avoid tie with elaborate pattern, too many colors. Yes, if you have a tie, then use a plain tie. A wedding ring or watch is generally the only jewelry that should be worn. Like you cannot have multiple piercing in your face or in your uh, ear or anywhere which is visible. Head to toe. Hair should be well groomed and shoes should be polished. Yes, you have to be in attire, proper attire, and you have to show that you are ready for this job, and you have to trim your beard as well as your hair should be very much groomed. This is an image in which you can see that the following this image, if you are going to follow 70 to 80% of this image, means you are ready for the interview. So if you are if you are getting opportunity to select one of them, which one you will select? Definitely of the left one, because the right one shows that you are not that much interested. That's why you are coming in these types of dress. So I think in this video we have covered all the strategies that I have used during my academics, like how I have cracked Accenture, Capgemini, and Mindtree. And in this video, I have mentioned all those things that can be used in an interview, in any type of interview. So if you are going to follow these things, then definitely you are going to crack the interview. And I'm going to uh, paste the link of this PPT in the description. So if you want to go through this again, you can download this PPT and go through it. So thank you for watching this video. This was all about how I have cracked the Capgemini, Accenture, and Mindtree. And if you are going to do hard work, or you are motivated, or you are dedicated whatever you are doing in computer science, definitely you are going to crack these types of interview. They are not difficult if you are very much interested. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you soon in the next video.